Hi, I'm Allison, and this is my dog. And we live in a tiny house, in an even tinier trailer, traveling the country, taking hikes, and sometimes forgetting a map.
Well, that was a lot of dirt road. That was pretty fun. Now we're gonna go see a lookout. But we're gonna do it quickly because the bugs are really bad. So we're gonna run to this lookout. Ready, go. The trail to Goat Peak Lookout is suitable for leashed dogs. Children, leashed or unleashed, may have a hard time. Most of this trail is quite exposed, and trust me, you'll want to linger at the top, so I'd recommend doing this trail in cooler weather, be it early or late in the season or day, but not in bad weather, because you'll want to enjoy the view you worked for. And you will work for it. The Goat Peak Lookout Trail gains about 1,400 feet in a little over 1.5 miles, which is pretty steep, and you don't get too many breaks until the summit. We're going up there. And this is where I made a mistake. I was just out exploring by the seat of my pants, and when I looked around on the trail map of this area, the reception was really poor, and I hadn't realized all the contour lines of the map weren't all loaded. So the contour lines, being highly packed together, would have told me how steep this hike actually was, but only a few loaded, so it looked flat, with the few of them that did load being very far apart. Maps are one of the 10 essentials for a reason, people. Now, I was prepared for just about anything this day and could see from my half-loaded map that it wasn't a long trail, whatever it was. This time, the trail was a pleasant surprise, but do as I say and not as I do, and always bring a map. A fully downloaded map. It's very windy up here. Let's go, dog. That is a big ol' hill. That's where we came from this morning. We're camped down there somewhere. This turned out to be one of those hills that looked pretty doable from the bottom. And then we realized about midway through how small we actually are. Now, there's been a lookout here of some kind since 1923. This one was built in 1950. It's only staffed as needed these days, say when there's an active wildfire, but it was staffed full-time as recently as 2014. A lookout who used to stay there, Lightning Bill, and did so for 19 seasons, is somewhat of a local legend. Lots of people have memories of seeing Lightning Bill and his dogs when they'd hike up in the summers. Locked. It was so worth hanging in there for the ride, though. Goat Peak Lookout sits at an elevation of 7,001 feet. If you're in the Winthrop area on the east side of the very North Cascades, this is the most prominent peak in the area. Oh gosh, this getting down is actually more difficult than getting up. This trail doesn't see a huge crowd. Part of that is because of its distance from major cities and the other national park attractions nearby, closer to the city in the North Cascades. But part of the reason is the very long, very rough road up to it. The dirt road can take 45 minutes to an hour to navigate once you leave the pavement, and that's with a high clearance vehicle. I would avoid it with a sedan if I could, although I did see one on its way up as I was making my way down. They looked like they were having a rough day. And there's no cell service if you happen to break an axle. Thanks for joining our short but not so sweet hike to Goat Peak Lookout, where exploring without a map paid off. This time,